streaming on all platforms.
Sounds good to me.
And it looks like we're sending data. Everything looks good there. I'm going to go out and check and make sure that things are looking good. I know we had some issues with LinkedIn last time. And yeah, we may be actually having more issues with that.
Yuck.
They made a change recently where they put their own streaming in. And yeah.
It won't accept other streaming?
Oh, actually, no, wait. Oh, yeah, it is there. Okay, good. Good. It's working. So it is working. So they must have fixed it from the last time because it was not working last week. So it's working now. So we're good. Okay, cool. And I think we have David Messia is joining us. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. We're just waiting for a couple of our other board members to join here and we'll get started.
Okay.
Doug, Dave, so is it David or is it, how do you pronounce?
My name is David.
David, okay.
But you can call me David, it's fine as well.
I want to call you by your name. How about that?
David is right.
Okay.
I am from Italy. I live in Milan right now.
Submit questions, feedback, and perspectives here. And it looks like awesome. So we're getting feeds from everything.
Later, when I needed to provide you some feedback.
All right. There we go. All right. Let me make sure we will. I actually need to go get my coffee really quick. So, Doug, do you want to take over here for just a second? And
sure.
You can continue to stream, and I'm going to go get my coffee. Just wait.
Okay.
But you are streaming on live on YouTube? No.
It's on YouTube. It's on LinkedIn. It's
right
on
now
Facebook.
Is on
right now.
Okay.
You and I are in the public.
Interesting. I'm not ready to this, but interesting. I was thinking it was just offline, just for all of us, but instead we are online. And I cannot have my coffee because here in Italy is midnight, half past midnight. So
I was going to ask.
Coffee right now is not so good.
Uh-oh.
You could get some tea.
I hope to try to sleep after the meeting. See?
I was going to say, David, what time is it there?
Half past midnight.
Oh, so it is so late. Man, you're a trooper. I appreciate you.
I try. Just because my wife now is on holiday, and so I cannot disturb her while she's at sleep, and so...
That is fair. That is fair.
If she was here, I cannot do this. So,
well, we're glad that you were able to join.
Yeah,
it's always nice to have participants overseas. We don't get to talk enough.
What? I'm sorry. Remember,
I said we
panic.
don't get to connect enough. So
Never.
it's great to have you on.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure for me.
I am sharing the live stream on our Slack. And I am sharing there we go.
So is the chat actually the chat history available to people who come in?
It is. So it should be feeding from all 3 streams. So we're streaming on YouTube, we are streaming on LinkedIn, and we are streaming on Facebook. All 3 right now.
I'm just not used to running on the Restream.
Oh yeah. It's nice because it allows you to do the multiple streams, and also get kind of the interactions from all of those different avenues as well. So it's one of the things that we've invested in this last year that's kind of helped us kind of connect, because there's a lot of cases, and what we need to do is, I would love to actually get some feedback from some of our listeners today to kind of get an understanding of what you guys like. I know sometimes it's hard if we get a large amount of people on the actual stream, to make sure that we're able to get to everybody's questions, and sometimes it can be a little crazy. So Restream actually limits it to a certain number of participants for the actual stream itself. But if we needed to, like, we could go over to a Zoom format, which would allow everybody. But it's, I mean, again, once you start getting over a certain number of people, it can get a little crazy. So sometimes it's a little nicer to just have the option to limit it to the main speakers, and then have everybody else provide their feedback through.
So we've got some traffic on Slack.
Traffic on Slack. What do you mean?
I just got pop-up messages telling me that in Slack, I just got messages, and they were addressed apparently to all of the board.
Oh, chances are that was from me.
Okay, well.
You are doing some spam around this activities, okay?
Slack is giving me a bad time, and so I can't directly read what's being sent.
Got it. All right. Well, we're going to move forward. Oh, hey, there's Bernie. There we go. Getting you on. Sorry, Bernie. Didn't see you there. There we go.
Here we are. Okay.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it was me. Whoa, hey. How do I get oh, hang on. 1 minute. I have to adjust this. Yeah, it was me on Slack saying, hey, I'm here.
Awesome. Good to have you. All right, we are live. So really the point of this is, one, to have coffee together. So if you don't have your coffee, you get a pass. I don't know if you want coffee at this
I
point.
just the cup with the name of coffee, but it's water inside. It's just water inside.
Bernie, do you have your coffee? Are you a coffee guy?
I am, but not now. I have water.
And I've got Kool-Aid.
Awesome. Kool-Aid works too. You know, you got to get your electrolytes in.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. So let's talk all things AST. Where do we want to start? We've got, a lot of exciting things happening. We've got platform updates, with all kinds of new features. Would love to hear how everybody's experience has been with that. I know we've gotten a few bits of feedback here and there, but I'd love to kind of hear how people are using it. I know I'm very excited about it. I know what we're coming from in terms of what we've moved off of, and this one is definitely taking us miles into the future in terms of capabilities and um, really enabling everybody to be a part of the community on your own terms. So, like, if you want to share, if you want to host meetups, if you want to start local chapters, that is all, and connect with local members and invite people locally and get excitement happening around anything. You can do that, and so that to me is, I mean, one of the major criteria that we had for looking at a new platform was that, right? Was really having the connect feature and really getting people in a place where not only could they connect with us and have all of the content and the value that we're giving them from the core AST, but also to each other and being able to connect and see who's local and see um, who's around, right? And who's close to them so that they could start kind of forming their own little groups locally and make this a little bit more localized. So I'm really really interested in feedback. What do you guys, I mean, Doug, I don't know how much you've been on it, but I know Bernie, you've been on it a little bit. David, how about you?
First, please remember speak more near to the mic because sometimes your voice is going far, so I can't hear you very well.
Oh,
But
okay.
now it's very good. If you
Okay,
go
good.
just one step behind, I can't hear you very well. And I'm very interesting to create a local group because, as you know, I founded my community here that is called Oracle Test, and I would like to bring some international aspect just here with the accent Italian approach also.
Yeah,
Some kind of merge of both culture. I'm
love it.
interested to see how we can do this.
Yeah, love that. Well, we've been doing a lot of talking recently about how do we, um, not only partner with individuals in other countries to get more localized content, right? Whether that's translating training that we provide or translating content that we do or actually creating localized content that is being really driven and kind of helping amplify the voices locally, right? What does that look like? How do we help facilitate that? I would love to hear your thoughts on it, David.
Providing the speaker because right now you see in Italian we have several speakers, a good speaker, but we have probably the same idea because the testing community is not so big, and we are mixing the idea. But I would like to understand what is the approach out of Italy on AI, on new topic about testing. For sure, AI is one mainstream right now, but when there is AI, I think there is also functional testing that is coming up because only the human can check the AI.
Got it. Okay. So really kind of building out some of the AI structured content as well. It sounds like that's a big need. Okay.
Yes, I would like to and try and factor and try to explore because more I study, more I see that when we are speaking about AI, we speak about the human concept,
Hmm.
but I don't can find a certification classroom or
Yeah.
experimentation of this one aspect. All people is teaching you you can use Claude, you can use that AI in this way, use that
Yeah.
template, that framework to have the correct response, but no one is giving me the info how
Got
we test the AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so there are a couple of things that stand out to me in response to that. One is we are currently evaluating some training, some formalized training that was produced by one of our founding members, Hung Nguyen, who he has been training for many, many, many years. And I think you are actually doing an evaluation of some of that training, right, David? Are you part of that? If not,
No.
we should get you on it. I think you'd be
Okay.
a great person to be part of that. But I think there's opportunities to potentially do some translation work and have,
Perfect.
look at getting that localized for your region, right? Getting it translated to Italian, getting it translated to Dutch, whatever, right? Whatever areas.
Great
Another,
idea. That's a
yeah,
great idea.
yeah,
Yeah, great idea.
I think we need that. I think we have the opportunity to do a lot of that. So yeah, I'll get you connected with Hung as part of that
Okay.
evaluation, and we'll get you going on that. And then maybe we can set up some time to talk, because that's great. That's great feedback.
And remember, exists also the Spanish language that is the more spoken. So most,
Spanish, yeah.
so we need also to provide some Spanish version also.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, so and I will say this to our community, one of the things that, so we are looking at doing a European event this year. Very early stages, so that's kind of a spoiler. But we're still working on the logistics of that and getting that kind of laid out in terms of initial plans. But as soon as we have that identified, we'll be going live with that. So we're very excited to open that back up again, to support our members in Europe, and we're looking at expanding into other areas as well. We have, one of the nice things on the new platform is we have some spaces that are specifically geographic in nature, and so hopefully that helps. I would be interested in hearing if you guys want some that are specifically targeted towards Spanish speaking, Italian speaking, German speaking. We can do that. We can actually create spaces that would be all in German and provide that for you. So if that's something that the community is interested in, please let us know. Like, these are things that we can add really easily on the platform.
Not sure. I'm sorry, Justice. Not sure because you can if you try to create several communities in this way, also on the platform, you spread too much energy, you can lose energy. So it's
Yeah.
important to have the main is in English, that is the main part, but a community. The website could be also in other language, but just for facilitated communication with the people that is not so fluent in English, but the main has to be English.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose energy trying to reach everyone.
Yeah. Agreed. We do have some feedback coming in from our community. Love to see the European event. That's awesome. The question is it going to be something like cast format? It will have a lot of the same flair. It will certainly have all of the good things that cast has to offer. But it's probably gonna be focused a little differently. We're still working out the logistics of that and trying to figure out exactly what it looks like. So, but rest assured, it will be as cool as cast is.
The same people who organized Cast are on the team to organize the European event.
Yep.
Okay, you can try.
Yeah. Bernie, how about you? How are you liking the new platform?
This which new platform? This
So the new platform we just moved over to. Have you been able to get on it at all?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out there publicly.
I've seen that it's very,
I
very
could have
cool.
said, "Oh yeah, it's great," but
Right. Hey, we're all
that
on it.
would
It's cool.
that wouldn't be very ethical of me.
That's fair.
But it's very cool for serious because I can see several items, I seen that is an important improvement instead of the previous our website, the previous version was not so social. Now is more focused to connect all the people, so I can interact. I can see. I receive periodical email. Okay, this is the status of your community. This is the message that you lost. So that if I forgot something to make login, I receive some update. So I can. I can go back to receive. And
yeah, absolutely. The other nice thing, and I don't know if you've seen this, but it has a mobile app. So if you have joined on the new platform and you have not checked out the mobile app, I encourage you to do that, because it's like having an entire testing profession in your pocket. And so, if something comes up while you're at work, you can throw out a question to the community and get responses. That's part of it, right? That's part of what we wanted to offer, is giving you access to all of these experts when you need them. And sometimes that's hard to do when it's just through a web platform. So we're really
not yet
excited.
installed, but I will do soon. Very, very soon.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so we will go into a little bit more detail. I think we have another event coming up for Caffeinated Quality that will be a live stream. And we will be walking through specifically the platform and kind of showing you some of the features that are available to you as members. And just kind of answering questions. It will be kind of a tutorial, but it's more about kind of showing the value that's available to you as members in the community. So, which we have another question. So any news on BBST, please? Is it going to be renewed with AST? I already had some people ask if they need to sign up with Altum now. Let's see. How's the best way to answer that? That's a great question. So because we don't own the rights to BBST, it makes it hard for us to continue supporting that effort, with us being the community that we are, in terms of we're volunteer, right? In a lot of cases. That does not mean that we aren't looking at different strategies for something new. And so BBST has had its place historically. I think if we got enough people who were interested in it, we would certainly partner with Altum to kind of figure out what that looked like for the community and see if we could renew some partnership there. However, I think one of the focus areas for us is on taking all of the goodness that BBST gives us and looking at what's next, and looking at how we really credentialize and prove competency in a better way than just a certification. Because we do have, so we do post all of the original ChemCaner videos, the foundations level right now, and we will be expanding that out to the other levels as we're able to. That's available today on the new platform in Mighty. So if you have not done that, you have access to that today at all levels of the membership. And we are trying to figure out how to take the best of BDST, recognizing that we're now in an entirely new era of testing with new needs, with new demands. The dynamic is different. The entire industry is shifting and evolving. And so we need to create something that evolves with it. So we are having very, very deep conversations right now about what that looks like. So what you will more than likely see is you will see more targeted training and competency building opportunities that are less about certification right now and more about helping provide the whether it's a tutorial or a formalized training, or partnering with the right people who are out there training the right skills that you need for today, And then in the background, we're actually looking at building out a competency framework that would allow us to kind of look at what the industry needs right now from a competency perspective, and then build like kind of customized training around that and around those, and be able to shift that as it changes. And then we can partner with individuals within our community who are already out there doing training, right? Who could use our platform, and actually we would partner with them to make that training available to our members. So we're looking at competency building a little bit differently. It is a different
But
strategy.
we don't have.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was lost your connection for 1 second. But if
Oh,
there is no certification program, but the classroom to provide you some info to help you to improve your competencies. But after the classroom, we will provide a kind of paper that okay, this guy has followed this
correct.
classroom.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
it's
idea
good.
would be to provide some credentialing. We're just not sure what that looks like yet, right? Because we want it to be based on more than just a certification. I think
Yes, but
we,
just a badge that you can put on LinkedIn, something like that.
yeah,
Just
yeah, you
okay.
would get badge. Yep, you would get badges. You would get something that credentializes that you have proven skills within whatever competency it is. And so we're trying to look at what that looks like from a framework perspective, and build that out. What will more than likely happen is that we will be we'll be experimenting, right? Because to see what works. If you all have ideas about what you want, right? Whether that is BBST or otherwise, reach out to us because we can help you with that. But if you have specific needs for your organization, please talk to us. We are working on some partnership, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. But we are looking at some partnership capabilities as well, to even look at custom training, making that available. And on a partnership basis. So and again, I'll dive into that a little bit more as we start talking about the different membership models.
Interesting. But do you have already a name or this new path that you want to follow? Because it's not more BBST, but new name or this kind of customer, and there's some idea.
I wish we did. Maybe we should put that out to the community and have you guys all vote.
Interesting. Good idea. Interesting. Nice try.
Yeah. I like. Maybe we'll crowdsource it. Or we'll just have Doug come up with a name. How about that?
The classes, yeah.
No, we won't crowdsource the classes. We'll crowdsource the naming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Not the courses.
Just clarifying.
Yeah, Doug, any additional thoughts from your end on that?
No, as you said, a shift. The content of BBST is still relevant, but it's not current. It doesn't reflect what's going on in the industry. When we created the original BBST, it was cutting edge.
Right.
But that was a few decades ago.
Yeah.
But you needed a pillar to build everything up the pillar. So we needed this kind of pillar education because no one teach testing or code assurance in the high school or university. So we needed to learn something. Also, this historical approach, let me this historical phrase, is correct because you need to understand what we was. Because now with AI, all is fast, all is is easy. But if you don't understand and if you don't do the sacrifice, you will not appreciate what is behind the AI. Now, with AI, everything seems very easy, but if you don't understand the pillar, there's no construction. So
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but you need to be careful with the AI because it's very simplistic and not always right. Uh, so if you ask questions, you need to give context, not
yeah,
just ask it. You know, where's the
Which,
nearest pizza place?
right. Which, interestingly enough, plays very well into the mission.
Mhm.
So, so it is. It's definitely something we're talking about. But yeah.
and this is the most important area because I see that most of people try. Yes, I try to use AI, but if you don't study AI concept, you don't know that you need to give the space. Where are you? What you're looking for? What you want? Who you are? And after that, you give some this frame, this idea, then you can ask correctly to the AI.
Right.
But most people just write some kind of prompt. Okay, do this. It's not working. It's not so good. Okay, but please, you need to give some
Yeah.
context because
Yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah, and there's some really cool, like right now. So I would say, in the interim, while we figure out what the formalized path looks like, we are, many of our members are talking about this subject, and we actually publish a lot of their posts on it in the community. So take a look at it. Go out and see what they're doing.
but
They're doing
please
some really fun things. They're
let me know what part because I see that now there are several channels. I see that is website. I see that is the Slack part where they post. Please give me the
So it's right in the community. So right now, if you go to the main community feed, in the new platform, if you go
okay the
into
new
the
platform.
AST, yeah, in
Okay,
AST main community,
okay, you perfect. So the new platform is now working officially. I was thinking it was just some trying, some test period,
no,
and no,
no, it's
that's
live. We are
okay.
moving everybody over to it now. So everyone who is a current member should have gotten an invite. And if you haven't, just reach out to me because I will make sure that we resend that out to you. Um, so yeah, if you're having any problems with that, let me know. Um, and I'm happy to work with you
Perfect.
and help you get on. But there's all kinds of posts in there about um, testing AI. There's posts about experimenting with different AI setups. There's real experiences going on in there. And so for right now, that's a really good source because everybody's kind of learning together on it. And so um, it's a really good way for you to kind of keep up to speed on what's happening and frankly what the capabilities are from a realistic standpoint. So that's kind of nice too.
Great, I will check. Thanks a lot. I was thinking it was just for testing purpose. I was not reading very careful, but
Yeah.
we need to improve your skill about explaining very well what is working because you write me so go over there just to use it. Okay, but was testing or production? But now I
Let
see
me
it's production.
yeah, let me send you
Okay, you
and
can
I'm
come.
going to share this on our feed. Um there we go. So that should be able to give you a little bit of a location for what you're looking for. Because there's we live. So I actually have automation set up that actually goes out and pulls all of their latest posts and puts those into the space so that you have that information coming as they're posting it. Um,
And I
so it's a
see a
good place
lot
to
of
start. But I do think one of the things, David, that I would encourage you to do as well is we have an entire space dedicated to AI, both testing AI and testing emerging technologies in general. What I would do is I would go out and ask a question. right? Like, what is it that you're interested in? What is the challenge? What is the problem that you're trying to solve and you're struggling with? Throw it out there and let's get people commenting on it. That's the point of those spaces, is to really let the community kind of evolve and grow, and help one another out during this time.
This is a good question, but good point. I'm sorry. And the question
Oh,
is,
I think you're on mute, David. We lost audio for you.
I am hearing him fine.
great, Doug.
Better?
Can you hear me,
No,
Gwen? No,
can't hear you.
but Doug, yes.
Can you hear
Gwen?
me?
Yes, I
Wait.
can hear you, Doug.
I
But
lost audio.
Yeah, I was
okay,
just
I
going to
lost
say
audio.
she can't hear me either. So
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, you can hear me. I can't hear either of you. Weird.
Perfect. Okay.
I wonder what's going on.
I had that problem when we started. I could.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I can do here. I'm going to make sure that my sound is working.
In the meanwhile, to entertain our
community. I can see that that's working.
Are you studying AI or you applying AI?
Everyone can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Undo.
Again?
Are you studying AI or you applying AI?
I'm applying.
My speakers are on. Okay, so good. I'm glad. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to log out and come back in. Okay. So I'll let you guys keep here.
Okay.
I'll go out and come back in really quick.
I'll let you.
Sound good? Perfect. All right. We'll be right back.
So, Doug, the question is, all the time I'm looking to which way is best. So, if you found some good book, or do you prefer just to try a practical approach? So, open Claude, open Gemini, and let's use it. What is your approach?
Yeah, I try to educate the AI about the context around my question. I'm trying to find a certain kind of object.
But have you followed some classroom where they try to explain you some framework to do a correct prompt engineering, or just experimenting?
No, I'm experimenting, and finding that if I ask the simple version of a question, how do I test AI? I get back a flood of data, not information, and a lot of the data is incorrect or misleading.
And how do you know that are not correct? And you are using the professional version or the free version?
The free version. I'm working with Kem Kainer, who's using the professional version of the Claude and the
Don't worry,
and one other,
yeah, I understand. And Close is very powerful. Very powerful. I will use it to create some mini website. But if you don't have the full control of the code that is written, you cannot understand, because I think that sometimes Claude, example Claude, when you create website, they all the time doing some error, so that you have to write again until you end your token, your free token, and you have to go in the pay version. So I don't know if you can understand me. Gwen, are you back?
I'm back.
Can you hear us?
We just don't see you. Okay.
Okay, so now you're not seeing me. I love that.
No.
I love that it's either or.
Well, and it isn't displaying the typical image. It's black. It's just blank. New
Is
platform.
Weird.
New platform.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't even think it's the platform. I mean, clearly you guys are, it could just be my computer.
Is an old problem, because if you check the last coffee quality all the time, Gwen and the other guys have some problem. So all the time, Gwen, can you hear me? Not hear me. So it's a question that Gwen needed to fix on the computer.
Yeah, it's.
Oops. Sorry, Gwen.
No, you're fine. Okay.
He looks fine.
Well, I'm
But
gonna continue because I don't want to I don't want to make that be a
Impediment.
an impediment to the conversation. Yeah. So we'll have to do with you guys miming everything and.
the question is that I haven't read the article on the chat on the Mighty Network, our new website, but I don't know. There exists so Baggy lol. Can I speak? Okay, don't understand what is written. But do you okay. Okay, just a free high bag now. Okay, you can open a ticket to LinkedIn and open it.
It is. Yeah, and I think the integration is even worse. So we'll have to look at how we do that moving forward.
But
They with this new feature, they've really messed up things because it was working really well before, and now not so much. But that's okay. We'll keep moving.
so Gwen, I haven't read the article until now in the new website, but is more speaking about practicing use AI or discussing about book that speak about AI?
You're seeing. Sorry, say that one
I'm,
more time.
I'm asking you if in the new social is they are speaking more about using AI or more about the reading the
Oh
AI.
no, they're talking about using it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's their experiments and their practical, like the experiments that they have done, and the experience of the outcomes of those. So, um, and again, I'm sure there are some that are on things to read, but most of them are more practical in the tools they're finding value in, and how they're finding those. But I think if you have, again, I think if you have specific questions, throw them out there. That's the whole point.
I will ask, because if I looking for a specific AI book, you can find tons on now AI book speaking about everything, also the philosophy behind the AI. But okay, I can use it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think part of what you can do too, it's really just getting people talking about it, right? I mean, I know one of the things I do, I'll end up sitting down with people and just hearing what they're experimenting with, like how they're finding value in their day to day. I use it every day, right? Like I use it to bounce ideas off of, to run through different scenarios, to, um, I have found that when you give it very good context, it can be very helpful in um, composing information from that context, right? And helping you kind of articulate things in a certain way. With my role right now being in governance and compliance, like it is really helpful to kind of take regulatory compliance and break those down, and be able to kind of show the tie of different concepts from a technology perspective, back to the regulatory requirements. And so like that's one way I'm using it. Now, again, that's not necessarily a testing specific scenario, but I mean, it could be, right? Like if you are taking, one of the things that I think is, if you are looking at it from I'm testing this type of a thing, right? You can give it very realistic information without sharing your company's intellectual property, right? And secure, like, private data. You can go in and say, if I want to test this type of a system, whatever it may be, right? Say it's a resource management system, or it's a supply chain management system, right? You can take that and you can go, okay, starting at a high level, what are the key features that I would want to test, and what are the types of interactions that are the most problematic, right? And again, it's not always going to get that right, but it can help you kind of narrow down, and come up with maybe things that you didn't think about, or come up with things that come up with ideas that you can explore and delve into a little bit more, and help prioritize within additional context that you give it. I've found it to be really, really helpful with that. Now, does it go out and magically do all of that on its own? Not really, not necessarily. That ends up being more of the heavy marketing piece of like, it's magic.
Yeah, I also use it in a completely different way, to understand what the parameters are that a product has to meet, for the purpose of testing it. But at FDA, a regulated company, what are the regs about security on the data? And not just the security of the data, but the security of the data entry and access to that data for the people who are using it. And you can explore in your context what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does end up being very, very context specific. Did we lose you again, David?
No, me too. Doug, I lost you here. I can't hear your voice.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can't
Now I can hear you. Well,
I
and
can't hear
welcome
you.
to a new friend. Hi.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
Your mic has gone dead.
Someone can hear me? Someone can hear?
I can hear you.
I'm getting nothing from you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now is your turn.
Oh no. That's not good.
Gwen, are you getting this, or
I am.
I?
I'm getting both of
I'm
you.
crazy.
We can hear you. Yes, but
I mean,
No,
I
I'm
would
getting both of you. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next topic because we've only got a little bit. We've got about 10 minutes left. Yeah, now it's my turn. So I'll just have to do it. And Matt, you'll have to mime to everybody for me because my camera's not working right now. For whatever, it just crapped out during the stream here. But we're
love this kind of emergency live.
we're gonna go forward. One of the things that I do want to share is okay. So I'm gonna change really quickly. I'm gonna talk a little bit about our new membership levels. So we've I think I'm gonna open it up because this is the hot topic. We've gotten a little bit of questions as we've kind of rolled everybody onto the new platform, and we're starting to rethink how we do our membership in a way that not only allows us to really stay true to our mission in creating an accessible community to everyone, but also allow us to enable the organization to still provide you a quality experience, And that's a really, really tough thing to balance, especially when, giving you any kind of experience costs money. And so what we've done is we've reimagined what AST membership looks like. And I think what we've come up with is pretty damn good. Um, and so not only do we have a free tier that allows you um, everything that you had in the old uh, platform, including a lot of more things in the new platform. But it also gives you some very basic benefits. And we're still finalizing this, so you guys are, you guys are all getting a preview of this. Would love to get your feedback on it. So if you're watching this, whether you're watching the recording or whether you are watching this in real time, we want your feedback on how you like this and whether this works for you and whether you think it's a good thing, whether you think it's a bad thing, where you want to see this go. But we've broken it out into 3 different tiers of plans. One of those is our individual plans, which allows anybody to access the main community at no cost. And then we provide 2 different other tiers that are really focused on 2 different things. One is the practitioner tier that allows you access to more practice related content. It gives you better discounts on cash. It gives you some of those added perks that we can't, necessarily give away for free, but we can subsidize if we have ongoing support from our community. And so this is this is one of those things where it's an investment from you in yourself as you are building out your skill sets and you are connecting with the network and you are building out your community and you're growing in skills. So the practitioner one is focused on practitioners. The professional plus really is focused on leadership, those who are kind of moving from practitioner roles into leadership realm and really driving more strategic initiatives and, leading, being thought leaders, right? Whether you're training, whether you're consulting, whether you're an entrepreneur who's coming up with the next new testing solution, or you are, working with diverse sets of teams and you're looking at building out strategies within different domains. That's a whole other level of of content and services that would be specifically for you. And so, each one is tiered a little bit differently. Obviously, the higher tier is going to come with the more experience. The other thing we've added, which I think is really important piece of this, is that not only are we kind of diversifying the membership levels themselves, but we're also creating better ways to try to make this more affordable for you over time. And that's not just for our events, but it's also for our membership in general. And so we're either allowing you to do things monthly or yearly. And for the professional plus, we're looking at doing quarterly or yearly. So it just makes it a little easier on the pocketbook, makes it a little easier to budget, and really have that ongoing investment in yourself, and in what you're trying to do in your personal career. So that's the individual. The patron circle is focused on kind of next level experience. This is for those who are really believing and exemplifying AST's mission. If you haven't read our mission, I encourage you to do so. Go out and see what we're about. We've been around for a while. We've been doing some really incredible things over the years. And it's our goal to continue that in a way that adds the most benefit to our global community, which means more localized events. It means us being able to support localized chapters. It means being able to support grants and scholarships for those who may be struggling and who honestly need these events more than ever and need access to these tools more than ever. And so there are 3 different levels of this. There's our supporter level, our sustainer level, and then our champion level. And what you'll notice is it's not necessarily so the idea, and I actually just noticed a bug here because the total investment for the AST champion is actually $3,000, but it's over a 3-year term, committed term. So it would be, you're basically signing up for the next 3 years to be a part of AST's mission, and you're putting your own skin in the game in terms of where we take the community and how we drive that forward. And this is really an opportunity for those of you who are, love AST, love what we're doing, and really want to be part of driving where AST moves in the future. So we've introduced that. Very excited to roll that out. I know I'm excited to get on this platform. No perks for being the president. I also am looking at joining at that champion level this year, and so I'll be, I think it's important for me to put the skin in the game, right? So I'm excited about that. The other thing we're introducing is really focused on teams themselves, right? So you have an established team, or you are an organization who really needs partnership and really needs competency building resources that will evolve and grow with your teams. And so we have 3 different levels of that. We have a cornerstone partnership, which is really focused on small teams. That's kind of the entry point for this. It is up to 7 practitioners. And then it also gives you access to a professional plus membership as well. So basically 8 people would have access not only to the community, but to all of the content and the resources therein. It would also give you bulk discounts on past registrations and trainings and courses, and you would be listed as a tiered partner on our AST website, our community, and a lot of the marketing that goes out for our events. The growth partnership would be focused on growing teams, right? So this would be, taking it to that next level. You have your foundational team, and now you're growing it, and you're up to 15 practitioners. And then we kind of go up from there. Each of these has different bulk discounts. So basically, the bigger your team, the more discounts you get. There are some opportunities at the growth and the enterprise level. So part of your partnership is the opportunity to actually do research with us in partnership. So we, if you have something that you want to delve into, and we want to do a research partnership together, there's an opportunity to do that with the organization as a formal partnership, and go through that process together of kind of defining the next generation of solutions. The other thing that I love about these 2 tiers as well is that we name a scholarship fund in your organization's honor. So you actually become part of AST's supporting structure as a named partner in supporting, the events that we do, and supporting those who need support, whether it's through grants or scholarships, whatever that looks like. Sometimes it's setting up local chapters. And so we will work with you on what that looks like for those levels. I've started putting together some of the benefits here by tier. So we'll be finalizing that in the next couple of weeks, and then we will be going live with that. So I know that was a lot. That was a lot to throw at you. So I'm going to stop sharing for now, and I'm going to go back to our and see if we've got any feedback, because this is a pretty massive change from where we've been historically.
Do you want to wave goodbye, Julie?
So question.
No idea who this is, so no.
It's Gwen.
Matt,
Met her before.
you want to be on mute.
Hi, Julie.
I know. I figured. Yes, I figured you would hear it because I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
So I figured Julie could say hello and we'd say goodbye, and we'll catch up later.
Sounds good.
So I'm on a different feedback loop for this anyway. So
No worries.
Thanks. Sorry.
Thanks, Matt.
Right. So I'm very excited to see all these new opportunity. Are you there? Yes.
Yeah, we're
this
here.
new opportunity of partnership, and probably there are too many of it are opportunities for me because too many items, but I can understand that several aspects to you can go more deep. So I would be interesting to explore better all this detail.
Yeah, yeah, and we will make it available. We're just finalizing it right now. Obviously it's a work in progress, and it's not, just like everything else, it's not permanent, right? If we see something that's working really well, we'll stick with it. If we know that we need to adjust, we will. So I don't want people to be afraid of it. I think, there's a lot of studies that have been done on organizations, um, you know, being able to provide the level of value to their and I don't want to use the term customers, right? But to anybody that you're providing a value and then needing support to provide that value, right? There is there's the concept of undervaluing yourself, and then people don't see the value in it, and then they're not interested in it, right? And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a sustainable model that really allows us to offer top tier support, stay true to our mission, help those who need the help most, and build that thriving community and support it at the level that it really deserves to be supported. Um, and I wish you could see my face right now as I said that, because it is, I think it's something that that everybody really does need to hear, that is at the forefront of everything that we do as a board. It is really keeping our community in mind. One of the things that we have not figured out yet is how to support our global network. We know that those price points may not work for some areas, for some geographical areas, and so we're looking at how to address that. And we have the opportunity to do that. We just need to look at what that looks like. So it is on our radar. We know that that's a reality, and so we're if you have thoughts on that, if you have ideas, especially if you are in those regions where you recognize that maybe that cost point isn't going to work, let's talk. We want to get your thoughts on it.
For sure, for Italy it could be very expensive. The patron part, but is just my fault. But the point is, I love the idea that you can choose. You start free. You can try. You can learn. You can approach. Then, if you're more interested, you can go in the first level. You can pay a little fee, and then you can increase. I love this kind of approach. So you can choose, you can pick up. So, and then all together as a community, we can decide what is best. You can analyze the price or doing some uh, data analysis and to understand what is the best price for Europe, or example, Italy, Germany, and
Yeah,
UK. If there are different approach and cost.
absolutely, absolutely.
I love this. I love this.
Doug, any thoughts from your end?
Um, well, I'll provide the feedback in offline,
Sure, sure.
but creating multiple tiers uh, and branching out with the features, the various uh, activities that are shown, I think is an excellent approach.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I'm excited about it. I think there's a lot of opportunity here, and again, it keeps the focus where it needs to be, which is on the community, and really enabling you all to connect and to share and to challenge how we're approaching these problems today, and to take all of ourselves to the next level. So, anyway,
It's also a way to restart the community. So if the community was silent until now you can make your voice, listen your voice, write, discuss, and you can spread your voice, your idea. So it's just
absolutely,
a different a way to restart the communication with all the community.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So, we are at the hour. I think that's probably a good point for us to wrap up. Again, I know we had a few people watching. Hopefully this was, regardless of the technical issues we had on our side, hopefully it came loud and clear to the rest of you. If not, hopefully you're able to go back and watch the recording of it. And, we want to hear from you. Respond on the feeds, reach out in the community, get on the platform, give us your feedback. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear what your needs are, what you want to see from this community. That's the biggest thing. So, let's build the next era of AST together. I know I'm excited. I'm excited to be working with David. I'm excited to be working with Doug and Matt and Bernie and all of the other team members that we have. We've got a new level of excitement that, it is showing, and we're gaining momentum in ways that I know I'm very excited about. We've got Europe expanding with Paul over there. David, we should talk, because if you want to get something going over there, let's get you going. So yeah, just really excited about things. Hopefully you all are too. We will be having one of these quarterly, so look forward to the next one. And for now,
if possible, some hour before to avoid that. Remember, for me, it's midnight. It's now 1 o'clock in the morning, the night.
Oh yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll adjust the time to a little bit earlier. It's all
Just a little bit.
I appreciate fantastic feedback. All right, well, David, go get some sleep.
I'll try. I'm not sure, because I'm very excited now to all this info. So I will take Camila, and let's see what I can do. Okay?
Awesome. Well, if you can't sleep, be sure to get out there and just start, asking questions on the community. How about that? Or maybe you'll come up with your own training. Who knows?
Okay. I can try.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks all. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will be in touch.
Thanks a lot.